Shalom, ladies and gentlemen. Today, as always, we'll be talking about our weekly Torah portion, Parshas Shmois. Names. This is the same name for the new book. That's why, not as always, we actually this week begin the new book of Torah, the second book of Torah, that called Names. And yes, the reason why it's called Names, because we begin to talk about our exile in Egypt and oppression from Egyptians. But as I also just said, one of the reasons why the Jewish people were actually taken out of Egypt is because we kept our names, our Jewish names. In this week, we already almost not mentioning Yosef, because we said to Yosef farewell in the previous weekly Torah portion, the previous book, that he is the guy that brought us to Egypt, that brought us in a good faith to the exile in Egypt. But yes, actually we do mention Yosef right in the beginning, and this is a key point, because it says right in the beginning of the weekly Torah portion that the oppression and the slavery began when a new king came to Egypt that didn't know Yosef. And as Rashi explains, either he really didn't know Yosef, or he made that he didn't know who Yosef was, who actually built whatever was called the Egyptian empire. And this is extremely relevant to us, because who was Yosef? Yosef, in the previous weekly Torah portions, there's the first man that we said about him, that he ish matzliach, a successful man. He was a Jew that made everything going. He was a Jew, and he always presented himself as a Jew in the Egyptian empire, that because of that, the whole slavery, the whole imperial aspiration of Egypt came to be. And the Jewish people were very respectful when Yosef was there. And we have those Yosefs throughout our generations. In every generation, either it's Shmuel Alevi, who was a financial minister of Andalusia, who made Andalusia a prosperous county, or Don Isaac Barbanel, who was the first minister in Spain and Portugal, who was a very respectful person, but still was exiled from Spain together with the rest of the Jews. It's Albert Einstein, that was a celebrated scientist, but he at the end still was a Jew. It was in the former Soviet Union, there was a Merhold, who was a leader of the Jewish theater and became a leader of the anti-fascist committee, but he was prosecuted by the Stalin regime at the end of the war. Yes, this is what Torah tells us. Because in every generation and every empire, there is this Yosef, who the Jewish people feel that we are helping other nations, that we are building other companies, other empires, and so on. But don't forget, always will come a different king that will not remember Yosef, will not remember what Yosef did for the Egyptian empire or any other empire or company. We lived under illusion that the other nations will value what we contributed, but at the end, they will not remember. Not Don Isaac Barbanel, not Shmuel Alevi, not Merhold, not Albert Einstein, not at Yosef. And we always will be oppressed, despite the fact whatever we contributed to the society. What left for us? The names, the Shmois. All the time that we keep our Jewish name, we will not forget that we are Jewish name. We will have a Jewish name, that we are Jewish. We will not live in the mercy of our nations, but always, like Yosef was successful, because Hashem shines through him. When we keep our connection to Hashem, we will not need respect of anybody else. Thank you very much. Good luck. I see you next week.